Let's talk about something we all dream of, creating a truly luxurious home. A space that feels personal, curated, and just right. It's a goal that can feel totally out of reach, but I'm here to tell you there's a secret to making it happen. So let's dive in. We have all been there, right? You're scrolling online, you see these incredible rooms filled with beautiful, timeless furniture, and you think, wow, how could I ever afford all of that at once? The price tag can feel, well, daunting. But what if the secret wasn't about having more money, but actually having more time? And that right there is the core idea we're going to unpack today. The most personal, the most refined interiors, they aren't bought in a single frantic shopping trip. Nope, they are built piece by thoughtful piece over several years. It's all about playing the long game and being strategic, not just spending more cash. So here's the roadmap for our little journey. We're going to start with the main idea, this philosophy of a timeline. Then we'll walk through a 5-year plan, choosing that first big hero piece, building around it, adding some functional flair, and finally, refining your space as your life evolves. You see, this whole approach is about curation over consumption. It's about slowing down. When you give yourself a 3 to 5 year time frame, you're allowing your home to evolve with you. You get to learn how you actually use a space, which lets you make smarter, more considered choices that you're going to love for decades, not just for a season. And here's what that journey looks like, laid out nice and clear. It all starts in year one with one single foundational investment, what we're calling the hero piece. From there, you layer in complementary items, you add those functional accents, and then you spend the final years refining and adapting. See, it's a clear, totally manageable process. Okay, let's get into the most critical step, year one. This is all about choosing your hero sofa. I'm not kidding, this single piece is going to anchor your entire living room. It sets the tone for every single design choice that comes after it. No pressure, right? Don't worry, we're going to break it down. Your first big decision really comes down to style. What's your vibe? Are you drawn to that traditional, almost heritage feel of a classic Chesterfield? With the deep buttoning and those iconic rolled arms? Or do you prefer the clean lines and the understated, and sleek silhouette of a modern sofa? This one choice is going to define the whole room's character. Now, because this is your anchor piece, quality is absolutely non-negotiable. I want you to focus on 3 key things. First, high-quality, full-grain leather that's just going to get better with age. Second, a solid hardwood frame. We're talking no MDF here, for real lasting strength. And third, properly sprung cushions for comfort that actually lasts. This isn't fast furniture. Think of it as a decade-plus investment. All right, you did it. You survived year one. Your amazing hero sofa is in place. So now we move into year 2, and the goal here is to build out your seating. We're going to add chairs that enhance your sofa, not fight with it for the spotlight. This quote right here, this is your guiding principle for year 2. Seriously, the era of the matching 3-piece suite is over. Thank goodness. Instead, the goal is to create harmony. So think about pieces that might share a similar color tone or a fun texture, or maybe offer a really pleasing contrast in their shape. So let's look at some real-world examples. Let's say you chose a low-slung Chesterfield. A pair of high-back wingback chairs could add some really cool vertical interest and balance the whole look. Or, if you have a sleek, contemporary sofa, a modern swivel chair just continues that clean, cool aesthetic. And hey, if your sofa is already a huge statement piece, maybe all you need is a single, generous armchair to create the perfect little reading nook. Okay, on to year 3. Your main seating is established, the room feels comfortable. Now it's time to add the pieces that bring in personality and, this is just as important, everyday usefulness. This is where the room really starts to feel lived in and complete. In this phase, we're talking about something called occasional pieces. It sounds a little fancy, but it's really just a great design term for any accent furniture, like a side table or a bench or a console that serves a purpose and adds character. It makes the space feel curated, not just furnished. So what does this look like in practice? Well, a console table behind the sofa is a brilliant move. It really grounds the seating area and gives you a surface for a lamp or some photos. A simple little side table next to an armchair, that's a practical must-have. Even a cool bench under a window can add flexible seating without blocking all that beautiful light. These are small additions, but they make a huge impact on how the room actually works for you. And just like that, we've reached the final phase of our plan, years 4 and 5. The foundation of your room is solid. It's looking great. Now you can start to extend this luxurious, thoughtful feeling into other parts of your home and make smart edits as your life changes. This stage is about both adding and subtracting. You might extend that feeling of quality into a home office with a proper, grown-up leather chair. But just as important is the edit. It's time to look at those cheaper, stopgap items you bought years ago, thank them for their service, and replace them with pieces that truly belong. If there's one thing to take away from all of this, it's this. Be patient. A home that feels genuinely luxurious and personal is a collection of thoughtful choices you make over time. It's not a showroom you assemble overnight. It's the beautiful result of investing in comfort, in craft, and in your own character. And that really just leaves us with one final and I think very exciting question to think about. As you start to imagine this journey for your own space, what's that one foundational piece you'll build everything around? What's going to be your home's hero?